Oh my god, I am so tired.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
Welcome to the vlog that almost wasn't. I am completely burned out. After an amazing gaming convention at Con of the Mountain this weekend, my voice is ripped apart, my eyelids are tired, my body wants to give up, but I'm here making this vlog because there's so much cool stuff I have to tell you about. First and foremost, if you haven't heard me rant and rave about Con of the Mountain before, it is an absolutely amazing experience, and I think everyone should try to be there for next year's con. Look it up on the internet, try to find yourself a way to get down to Virginia. It's up in the mountains in this tiny little town that does all of this effort and work in spite of it being sort of counterintuitive for a local small town to get behind a geek convention. They really throw their weight in to say this is about literacy and this is about what kids love, and they say let's make gaming a door to making our children more intelligent, and that is the coolest thing in the world. And they have some of the best guests in the world too. Travis Savart from the Talk of the Tavern podcast / his writing as a steampunk novelist. Molds, which is another podcast where they do a sort of geek Christian thing, but it's not overtly Christian. They're really just kind of a few geeky guys who happen to be Christians, which is a very great way to take that kind of approach. Chris and Emma were some of the guests of honor this year from Liverpool and Amsterdam, respectively. They co-write and draw a comic called Wart, which is a cosmic horror comic book. Joe actually picked up the full set of available issues and got them signed. I'm so jealous to read them when he's done. And they're just super cool, fun people. We talked about Rick and Morty and all kinds of just, whatever stuff over breakfast one morning. It was a great time. And of course, the big guest, Frank Mentzer. He is an idol for me at this point. The man is responsible for some of the best-selling Dungeons & Dragons products of all time. He's been there 2 years in a row now to show his support and to be a spokesperson for the con outside of the weekend as well, bringing in companies like Wizards of the Coast and Paizo, who he likes to promote the fact that they are competing companies, but he got them both to support this convention in the name of literacy. So just an awesome guy, and I am so honored to be able to spend my time with him on these weekends every year, and I can't wait for next year. So many good things. I probably left out a bunch of really cool people, but one I didn't forget, one that I absolutely must mention, is the entire crew from AuraCast. We got to hang out with Tommy, TJ, and Will throughout a large chunk of the weekend. I got to see Tommy's first tabletop role-playing game experience, which was surreal and amazing for me because I love introducing the game to new people, but he sat down at a table with me and four other kids who had never played any tabletop role-playing games before, and I just got to kind of lean back and be their elderly mentor while these young adventurers got to go on their first mission and figure things out, learn how to role-play, and both in-game and out-of-game. It was a joy to watch and a joy to be a part of, so thank you for that, Tommy and everybody else there at that table. I think that was the highlight of my weekend. Joe also got to spend a little bit of time with the Aura guys in a little bit of a video vlog on the spot, so let's take a look at that now.
Hey guys, it's Joe from InstantReplayLive. I'm joined by special buddies of the channel. Go ahead and introduce yourself real quick, guys.
Tommy and the rest.
Tommy and the rest.
TJ and Will.
And what's your special station?
AuraCast.
There you go. We'll put a link somewhere in here. So we're at Con of the Mountain in Clifton Forge, which is this awesome, it's almost like the cross between like a town festival and a con. It's in this great small mountain town, and there's board games, and there's D&D, and there's RPGs. And you just played in your first game last night, right? Your first RPG?
6 hours of amazingness.
Whoa, it's fantastic. I mean, we've been walking around. We've got Jack Sparrow, and Jack Skellington, and presumably other people named Jack in cosplays.
Yep.
We've got all kinds of board games. Frank Mentzer's here, who wrote Temple of Elemental Evil and a bunch of other classic D&D books. We actually got to play a game with Frank Mentzer. It was incredible. And I mean, what have you guys been experiencing here? Apart from obviously your 6-hour game yesterday.
Yeah. Like you said, we did the game, and then today we've just been, just walking around seeing what we can find. There've been a lot of really cool cosplays, I will say, for a small mountain town. Lots of Ruby cosplays, which is cool for me. Yeah. So I'm a diehard Ruby fan.
Achievement Hunter. Rest in peace, Monty.
Anything in Achievement Hunter.
But yeah, it's been really fun, and getting to know you guys and like have lunch and whatnot is really cool too. So yeah, I would recommend. It's way better than it was last year for sure.
Nice.
Much bigger as well. So it's not weird. It's an upgrade.
Well, I can't talk to you guys anymore.
We'll play Duck Hunt.
Yeah, I did. I
got the high
score.
score.
Yes, currently, yeah, the reigning high score, right? So
Actually, we gotta go check that, make sure it's still there.
Yeah, we do. But I just think it's pretty cool how this place is always just kind of dead. Like there's not many people out, and then this just brought in so many people. It's pretty amazing to see, actually.
Yeah.
And how amazing that in this kind of culture in this town that you've got gamers sitting down and playing D&D in public.
Yeah.
I think I said it best earlier. It's like, you know, it's one thing if it's like, oh, there's a Duck Dynasty con going on, like everybody. But the fact that it's like a sort of Comic-Con-esque thing going on, you have like all these people.
Yeah.
Like, that's
I
mind-boggling.
mean, and it's super cool also to see like all the new players coming in. That like I mean, you were a new player too, but like walking around for me, I was just creeping on people playing games, and I was like, that's a new player, that's a new player, and the DMs were doing all like the classic. Here are the things you do as a DM for new players to get them to learn how to play the game. And it's super cool to watch people like the lights click and they're like, oh my god, role playing's awesome.
I actually bought my own dice after last night. Nick like got me so into it.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
Another thing you said though about like the whole, if this was a Duck Dynasty convention and everything, like I've seen a lot of people here that I never thought I would see.
Yeah.
And like you'll see them and they'll be like, hey, I didn't know you were into this.
I'm pretty sure it was Frank who was saying, like, it's in all of us. Like, the desire to play D&D, or to, not necessarily play D&D specifically, but to do a game, like, it's a storytelling game. Human beings love storytelling, and D&D or other role-playing games are just, like, a way to tell a story. And once you get past the thought of, I don't know if this is for me, it's actually just a cool thing. Like, and so,
I think there's a little Frank in all of us. Take that however you want.
Alrighty.
Now that I'm back, we do have a lot going on that I want to talk about, namely tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I need as much support as you guys can drum up. Joe and I are going to be on the Cut the Cord radio podcast. It's a live internet show. There's video of us in the studio, or will be because we haven't been there yet, but physically we'll be there tonight. Video of the hosts and us in the studio recording this podcast. It'll also go up after the fact if you miss it. So I think he usually does it sometime later in the week. He'll post it. But try to be there tonight. I'll post a link in the description. I'll put Put an annotation here for anybody to be able to click on that and get taken to their channel right away. And you can give them a sub and hang out and wait for us at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Please be there. We won't be able to see the chat, I should mention, while we're actively on the podcast, but I will go back and read the chat after for sure. So I hope to see you guys there. We also have some cool stuff going on. I got one of these. What is it? This is an AVS. That's convenient. I didn't even know it had a sticker on the bottom. An AVS is a retro USB console for playing NES and Famicom games in HD. But it's not like some of the ones you might have heard of, like the Retron 5 or one of those. It actually uses real hardware to not emulate. It uses hardware to play real cartridges. So whereas like the Retron might download a ROM dump, this thing plays the real cartridge right off of it, and it's awesome. It looks so good. I have some test video I can link in the description as well. And we're going to start having those games on the channel as well as SNES games. I did that vlog where I bought some SNES games only to find out that my SNES had died. So hooked up with another local guy, bought his SNES for not too expensive, and now we've got one that works. Tested all the games. They're fantastic, and we're going to be able to bring that. We also have an unboxing coming soon. I'll show you the box as if that matters. But our buddy Courier Luke, who's actually the guy who told us about the AVS, he has sent us some art that he made, and he started doing some art streams as well. You can check those. He makes perler art. I'm saving to see what ours actually is for when Joe and I can get together and unbox that, because I want Joe to have the surprise. Luke sent me some pictures of the incomplete stuff, so I know what I'm getting, but Joe has no idea, and we'll do an unboxing with that as soon as we can get together. What else do we have going on? On the 21st, it's IRL Online Movie Night. We're going to be getting together and watching a movie at the rabb.it website / InstantReplayLive or something like that. I'll have links in the description for that as well. But plan yourself, we'll say 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 21st. I kind of make those times up randomly and just see what, works. I'd love to get some feedback on that. So please, in the comments below, tell us if you're going to be there, but also tell us if, in general, that's a good time for you, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or if in the future for later events, you'd rather we pushed it out a little bit later because it's easier for you to get home from work, or earlier because you're in a different time zone where that's like, 5 in the morning and you want to actually sleep. Let me know, and that wouldn't, I don't know, whatever that works out as. Tell us, and we hope to see you there. Honestly, I feel like I'm forgetting something. We're recording our next Instant Roleplay Live that very same weekend, in fact, and I think you'll be able to see an episode of it go up by the end of November. That is my absolute goal. I really, really, really want to get those out before November is over, at least one episode. So look for the new Instant Roleplay Live. We're going back to D&D 5e, if that excites anyone, and we're going to have a whole new group almost go through and play some adventures that tie into some of the things we've talked about before, but it is going to be a standalone adventure, so if you've never seen the others, you're not going to be lost. This is going to be a good entry point as well. Whew, that was a lot to talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope some of it soaked in. I hope we'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. on the Cut the Cord Radio podcast, and again on the 21st for IRL Online Movie Night. Bye, everybody.
Wow, wow.
Really kick it.
Yo, plans, free stroke, Sonic Golf.
Sonic Golf.